Hi guys, welcome back to Space Engineers with Mike. I've had to record the sound afterwards because when the game patched last, it decided to reset my music volume to about 200%, so that wasn't no good. Yeah, I'm really interested in where all these green lasers are coming from. There's just far too many lasers around me at the moment. I'm trying to track down where they're coming from, so I'm going to go and use the ship's antenna, see what I can see. Yeah, just a reminder, we had ice dumped on our... Oh, there you go. An invader fighter stuck to the rock. Obviously it's crashed. That's a bit of a coup really, because gives us a chance to get some parts off it. Yeah, this is just my gameplay. It's not scripted, it's not machinima, it's just my gameplay. So, and we've had ice dumped in our laps basically. And because I haven't had a couple of weeks to play, there's nothing I could do about it. Due to technical reasons, I couldn't play Space Engineers for about 3 weeks, so I haven't had a chance to prepare for this. It's literally just go find ice or die. So yeah, sorry it was a bit boring last episode. That is beautiful with the orange thrusters on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna hack it up a bit, see what it's got in it. And yeah, it looks good enough that we can take it over actually, to be honest. It's not going to be a very long episode this, it's just more of a update. Bit of a channel update as well, because we got Kerbal Space Program 1.0, so that's been released now. And the Long Dark should be switching over to Unity 5, as everyone seems to be doing. So I can't wait for DirectX 11 on this game. It's going to improve all those textures. I was really surprised to find rockets. Rockets gobsmacked me, because I didn't think these fighters were that dangerous. Yeah, admittedly they got the Gatling guns on them, but you know, but rockets, whoa, probably fired by sensor when you get in front of them. So yeah, we were lucky to get away with what we got away with, really. They got rockets on them. So yeah, I'm gonna jump back to the ship, and then instead of going out and looking for ice personally, which I suppose was a bit silly, but the ranges we're talking about 20 kilometers, 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers to the nearest ice, so there's no way I could have took the drone. Not with fighters about. I would have just lost the drone. That would have been us. You know, and then I'd start dismantling the ship to make another one, and it's all downhill from there. So, yeah, no, I don't regret the decision to go personally. I regret the decision that I didn't just find the ice and come straight back, and I bothered to actually try and mine some of it, or I got greedy anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to try and put a cockpit on this. I think this will be a very, very useful addition to our fleet. I think if we stick an oxygen tank in there and a cockpit, I think this could make a great little fighter. And I'm going to do that as soon as I've sorted out our oxygen needs. I want to do it now, you know, I mean, you heard the original commentary, I was like, oh yeah, come on, let's do this, and then I noticed my oxygen. And we still haven't sorted our oxygen, so... But yeah, a cockpit will go in there with a bit of steel plate. So anyway, yeah, I've changed my mind over how we're going to do this. What I'm going to do is get our relay drone and put a drill on it and an oxygen generator and take some tanks out with me, and we'll go and mine a little bit personally. So great things happening in Space Engineers. I know I always say that, but every single week there's something great going on. Planets will be here soon. This is why we're on the move, by the way. I mean, a lot of guys sitting there with their giant bases, or they're stuck in the middle of giant ship builds, but you know, I'm just going to keep moving. I'm just going to keep flying, keep going. and see what I can come across. You know, we'll never find a ship sitting around on our arse. There's space stations out there. There's some giant explorer ships to find now. You know, there's lots of stuff out there. And anyway, keep him moving, you know. That's what I like to do generally. I'm a bit of a nomadic. That's the way I tend to play this game. I mean, I've had my own bases in the past. I've had some giant bases and grinder wall and all the rest of it. You know, doing all the when pirating first became a thing, when they first put the cargo ships in. But now since the exploration come along, I just like to be roaming about now. Also, during the build, notice I tried to or have a look at putting a laser antenna on my drop pod on the side. On the left hand side there's a drop pod. There you go. And it's got an antenna on it anyway, but if I put a laser antenna on it, then that means I can fly a drone up to 20 kilometers away, and I can drop that pod off and then still have 5 kilometers range of, like, what I'd call operating range of the drone from that pod. So we're gonna, after we've got our ice sorted, I think I'm gonna lay out a bit of an antenna network. I'm gonna work on it so that I can fly remote control fighters and have active drones all over the place. So we can sit on our arse and watch Emmerdale. No, joking, I hate that programme. So I don't know what you guys have been getting up to, but I mean, I've been watching Raven's Chilled. He's got a good ship build going on, enjoying that. You know, playing about with the hydroponics and stuff, and Imperator Pat is doing quite well. Yeah, I like Pat's gameplay, it's pretty good. There's one of the people I'm sub to. And if you want a really technical build, there's Marilibus. Marilibus is a bit of a genius with the old drones and programming, and seems to have, you know, the knack with those projector blocks and building way beyond what I could do, I think. Be lucky if you get some derpy little ship out of me. You know, but just for the moment we're restricted for technical reasons to small stuff, just for the moment. But it won't be too long before I get all that going. And then yeah, I'm going to sort this little drone out, go get some oxygen, get an oxygen tank built on the ship and an oxygen generator built, and maybe an oxygen farm. Yeah, we've got oxygen farms to save ourselves now. Could have done that, but you know, that wasn't around at the time I tried flying around looking for ice. As I said, we had no time to prepare. Literally, boom, there you go. Find ice or die. But you know, that makes for a really derpy episode. And you know, there's other ways I could have done it, but like I said, I'm not taking the ship, I'm not taking a drone. You know, there was nowhere near enough cover for the ship to hide behind. This needs a fairly big asteroid. Yeah, I had it all planned out. I was going to do like a ×4 on that little build and put a bit of jingly music with it, but no, Space Engineers decided to reset my music volume. Sound volume was alright for myself, and the sound effects, the music was like boom, shot right back up there. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Should be able to correct it for next episode. Yeah, so 1.0 Kerbal Space Program. I don't know how many of you guys play Kerbal Space Program, but it's my second love to Space Engineers personally. And my go-to for fun is War Thunder, but there's not much point in me filming War Thunder because, do you know what I mean, there's so many videos out there of like what it's all about, and all you ever really see with me is fail. I could do a fail montage. This is about it. I ain't that good. I am a real pilot. being a real pilot does not help you in War Thunder whatsoever. You know, you could fly, you could be the best flyer in the world, and it will not help you. What you need to be is the best combat pilot in the world, and I ain't that. I make a good bomber pilot. I can hold the plane steady and, pardon me, I can hold the plane steady, I can get those bombs on target, but assuming the fighters leave me alone. I love flying the bombers, but fighters, do you know what I mean? I just tend to I just get raped from nowhere, basically. I see nothing, not even a black dot, and dagger, 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 and I'm down. So 20 minutes to take off and get where you're going, a quick death, and then you've got to wait, what, another half an hour before the game ends. You know, flying, I love it. I absolutely love it. Flying in War Thunder. Yeah, and the planes don't behave properly anyway. Any real pilot will tell you that. The planes are just... And I don't even play in arcade either. I tend to play simulator battles or realistic battles. I tend to not be in arcade. Not because I don't like arcade, it is fun. I've been in there a few times, but the flight model is a bit rubbish. For arcade, you know, it's just like, so I like simulator. Simulator in tanks is really interesting, but again, it's a lot of waiting around for a game. You get in there, you spend 15 minutes getting to a point where you want to be, and then spank you dead, and you might not even see the enemy. You literally might not see the enemy at all. You literally just get killed from nowhere. And so if you want to see a fail montage of that, then I could probably do it, but I was working on a little video called Why War Thunder. You know, like why War Thunder over World of Tanks. But World of Tanks is just pure arcade. That's all I'm going to say on it. It's just arcade. War Thunder, you've got arcade, you've got realistic battles, you've got simulator battles. You know, simulator battles are great. You know, it's like specific countries, like, you know, the balance is realistic as well. You got Americans against Germans, and it's not just all mixed up. World of Tanks, you don't know who the hell you're fighting, you don't know who you got on your side. Oh yeah, well you do, because you've got bloody great red dots and green dots, but yeah, it's just pure arcade. So for me it's War Thunder every time. Yeah, at least you've got a choice of 3. I can play arcade if I want, but I can also play 2 other modes, and I can also fly and drive anti-aircraft and a tank all in the same battle. You know, when my tank's dead, I can go back, get a plane, come back. You know, you can't do that in World of Tanks. You can't even fly planes. There's no anti-aircraft in World of Tanks, which, you know, the anti-aircraft guns were used against ground targets. I mean, come on, the 88. It was a flak piece, for Christ's sake. And then World of Tanks is not having any flak in the game. Flak played no part in any kind of... Do you know what I mean? I actually was told that on the forums. Flak did not play any part in the air war. Actually, it was on the World of Warplanes. Flak played no part in the air war. It also didn't play a part in the ground war either, and for some reason the British had no contribution towards air or ground power whatsoever. Yeah, I was told that by a Russian. Britain didn't contribute to tank development. Britain didn't contribute to air development. So I just posted a couple of links and left it at that. Can't blame the Russians. They're taught that in school. You know, but you know, depending on what country you live in, you get a completely different view of the world and your country's part in it. That's just natural. Don't blame anyone for it. But anyway, I'm going to troll out to this ice zone, and then I'm probably going to call it here, and I'll edit the rest out. Because yeah, unfortunately I couldn't go back and redo it once I discovered the sound problem. I do like the look of that suit. I'm glad the helmet works. That's the military suit, one military suit by Tartros. So yeah, I love the look of it. There's nothing we could do about this ice situation. We just had to deal with it, and when it's dealt with, we're back on the road again. On the road again. Yeah, sorry, copyright. I'd love to put some decent music in my videos, really would. But I don't trust sites that say their music is free for use on YouTube anymore. Bitten way too many times. They all say it, and it's not true. Nearly every track you ever use will have some sort of copyright. So, anyway guys, I'll catch you later.